This is Joe with that hashtag show. I am back with round 2 with Jason Faunt, Red Time Force Ranger. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, having a good time.
Awesome. I have a question for you. Recently, I saw on your Instagram post that, this might have been a month ago, it was you, Steve Cardenas, a few others were doing this voice acting thing. Is there anything you can reveal about that?
No.
Let me ask you this. Is it Power Ranger related?
No.
Interesting. Is it video game related?
It is it ends up being, well, it is video game related. We can't release anything yet, but these guys thought it would be cool to create this game where the personalities in the game were Power Rangers. So once it comes out, we're going to be promoting like crazy, but right now we literally signed NDAs. Yeah. There's that magic word.
That everybody knows the NDA. Let me ask you, so you've done a lot of voice acting. I know you did a few video games in the past. Have you ever thought about doing anime?
You know, I don't know much about the world. So it would depend on what it was, but I'm always open to new things.
Awesome, awesome. So we had a lot of people come in, and they wanted to ask you a lot of questions, fan questions. So you can throw these headphones on.
Yep.
Here's the first one, and you can hit pause when
Hi, so I'm Dan Southworth here, and my question is for Jason Faunt. Jason Faunt, I was just wondering how it is to deal with all that sexiness. How do you deal with that? And that question being asked, how is it knowing that for all that sexiness you got floating around there, it just ain't quite enough? Doesn't quite compare to the Quantum Ranger, man.
Oh.
That's my question for you, buddy.
I love it.
That was great, right?
It's great.
Any response to Mr. Dan Southworth?
You know, it's imitation is the highest form of flattery, Dan. That's all I got to say. So I will create a separate blog for Dan so he can watch my workouts and my diet, my regimen, and some of the things that make me so special. And I'll do that special for Dan.
There you go, Dan. I got another one for you. I'll hold on to this.
How you doing, guys? This is Jack Guzman, Danny Delgado from Wild Force, the Black Ranger, and my question is for Jason Faunt. Basically, man, I just want to know, how do I become a stud like you, brother? Please, give me some info.
I love it. I love it.
Jack Guzman wants to know how is it being sexy beast like you, Mr. Faunt?
Wow, I'm on the spot here. I don't know what to say. I'm flattered that those guys. It's funny that this Power Ranger family it's such a family, and these guys, with Deborah and Kevin, all the people in my group, we become literally extended family. So, I love seeing this, and it's pretty cool hearing that.
You know what's also cool is that your cast between the Power Ranger community is one of the most popular casts. I mean, it seems like you guys have the most, I don't want to say outreach, but are the most accepting of the new guys and breaking these cats in. So that's really cool. I don't know if you know this also, but the Dino Charge cast is huge fans of your season. We talked to Yoshi Sudarso and those guys. They love your season. So it's kind of transcending to the newer generations, which is kind of crazy.
And I went to San Diego Comic-Con. I went down and met those guys. I had lunch with Chip, who's the executive producer of the show now, and met them all, and they're great. And it is cool. They watched it as kids, and now they're becoming it. And it's pretty cool to see those dreams come reality.
Exactly. Speaking of you having lunch with Chip, since we brought it up, any chance of you possibly making an appearance on the show? Maybe as Wes, maybe as Alex?
You never know. Never say never, right?
Never say never. You can go back in time. We got another question for you. Ready?
Yo, what's up? This is Kevin Kleinberg, Green Time Force Ranger. I have a question for my Red Ranger on my season, Mr. Fonte. Jason, you the man, first of all. But I have a question for you. What is your favorite prank you played on us?
So, a funny story about this. He told me a funny story about or somebody, one of the cast members told me a funny story. Maybe it was Deborah that told me a funny story about how all of you guys weren't wearing pants one day on set. You guys came out. It was like a prank. Any truth to this?
What was that?
This is some pranks you used to pull on people.
Yeah, there's a few. I can't tell a lot of them right here. But Ted, what were you talking about? I got to know what this was.
Come on in here, Deborah.
Sorry.
So
what are we talking about?
You told me that Mr. Faunt here used to pull pranks on people.
A couple of them. Okay, bucket water.
Bucket water, remember? Yes.
Okay, so you were the one that started that. And Mike, was it? Was it Mike or you?
Well, what happened was in that particular episode, we were doing a car wash, and we had to the whole day we were the girls were at the very end of the show. They poured this big bucket of water on us, and so at the very, very end, we filled up a bunch of buckets, and then we had the girls get strategically walked over to a certain area, and at the end of the day, we dumped it down on them.
Yes,
That's
after
a PG
filming.
one. That's a PG one,
Yeah,
we
it was
can say.
this PG. PG.
Your show seems like you guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do. We did, we do, we still will. Yep.
You still a prankster, Faunt?
Huh?
Still a prankster?
We're always doing stuff. We go on the road, yeah, we're always doing stuff, so.
That's awesome. Any fun times you guys want to share? You can share with me on set. Maybe a mishap of like a morph or something like that.
Oh my gosh, there was always stuff. You know, it's funny. It's like when someone says to tell a joke, you forget it that very.
And then you get put on the spot for it. Right?
Because there were so many more. We had a lot of times where, you know, something happens where someone starts laughing, and once the giggles break out, there's no stopping it. And we had a few times where we just couldn't stop laughing during takes. We just could not. Well, actually, you know what? Stuff that we would always do. This is something I remember. A lot of times we'd have to come running around a corner. You know, you come out and you're all heroic, and a few times Michael and I would come out holding hands. So, you know, we come around the wall and we're holding hands. They're like, cut, guys. You can't hold hands to fight the bad guy. We're like, what are you talking about? So we do a lot of fun stuff like that. Or we'd be standing next to each other and I feel someone's hand slowly on my backside, you know. So I don't know what I can say and can't say, but so we did a lot of that fun stuff.
Who was the biggest prankster on your set? 'Cause I'm hearing it was you.
Man, I don't know. Me? Was it me? I guess me.
That's awesome. So it's possible you can come back to Rangers. What do you got coming up next? I know that we got this thing that you really can't talk about, which is super intriguing because it has been kind of, I don't know if announced, but revealed you, Steve Cardenas. Who else is in that project with you guys?
Aaron Cahill was in it. Blake Foster was in it. Who else was there? I think Catherine Sutherland. Yeah. Jason David Frank is supposed to be on it. So there's a good 7 or 8 of us.
So this is like a mini Power Ranger reunion by itself.
Yep, nothing to do with Power Rangers, but a little reunion.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I want to congratulate you on all your success. Thank you for doing so much. So many of these conventions, getting people to come out to this and really embracing the community and really putting it out there. So you're a good ambassador for the Ranger community. So thank you. It's awesome. Thank you so much, Jason.
All right, guys, take care.